Okay, whenever you guys are ready, you may begin. All the best to the three of you.
Okay, thank you, sir. So today we are going to present our analog presentations. And my name is Newson Kun, and here I have Ong Zenkai and Lomini with me. So right now, I'll invite Ong Zenkai to start the introduction.
Okay, thank you, Sung Kun. So now I will present the introduction and rules of our games. Our game name is Realm of Hero. Is a 3 versus 1 board game. So the 3 player will represent the heroes teams, and the other 1 player will represent the enemy teams. So the goal of the hero team is to survive until after 7 rounds to win, and then the goal of enemy team is need to defeat those 3 players in the gameplay before they win. So our game is a round based, and each round will representing new challenges and opportunity. So our game concept is combined with like Mario Party and the tactical turn-based role-play games. So for the Mario Party concept is on our main map lah. We will like to move our character, and then for the tactical turn base is after the action section will be activate. So for the action section, player need to choose the one of the role as their character, and then the enemy teams has the ability to manipulate and control multiple enemy, but depends on the which level of the enemy they draw. So once the fighting scene is triggered, player transition will turn to the tactical turn-based role-playing game map. And then each hero player have 3 life to play with in the game. So after they die, they will minus 1 health in their general section. So in general section also have 3 health, which mean after the 3 health, those they will lose. So in the action section, hero teams player need to defeat all the character that enemy teams manipulate. And then enemy teams player does not have the life on their general section. Next slide.
The enemy come again, Zenkai. The enemy player doesn't have any.
Or for
Just
hero
now, the one.
teams,
Okay.
we have 3 health in the Mario Party session and 3 health for the fighting session. And then but for enemy teams, they only have 3 health. Sorry. Oh yeah, like have health only in the fighting session.
Based on the cards.
Based on the cards. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they have to choose their own role, right? So the role which represent the heroes or the enemy, they will have their own health.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the clarification, Sun Kun. Okay, thank you, Zenkai. Sorry to interrupt you, Zenkai. Okay, you may continue.
Okay. So for the general session, like hero teams need to choose one of their role pawns and the normal pawns to represent their pawns in the general map and play the fighting map. And then for our general map, it has 4 types of point, which is item point, skill point, action point, and starting point. So they will need to choose. They will draw the card. Depends on like if they stand on the specified point. If they stand in the item point, they need to draw one item card. And then for the sequence, we need to roll the dice and to choose who will be the first to play in the map from to the greatest to smallest. So for our map is follow the clockwise. So every time the player face the fork road, they may choose which way they want to go. And then after 7 rounds, the hero teams will automatically become winner. And then during the moving, when the player turns, they need to roll the 2 dice to determine the step they need to go to move. So for the item cards can be used during playing session only, and skill card can only be used during the fighting session only. So action card is decide which kind of enemy that enemy team may use. For example, like the level, we have normal enemy, elite enemy, and the boss enemy. An action card, not just the enemy card, it has also the function card that can change the function of the point in the map. So the attack card can let player to deal damage to enemy. Stand on the highlighted block. For our fighting session, every player will draw 4 cards before they start fighting. So the card have like 3 kind, which is attack card, track card, and swift attack card. So for attack card, I already explained just now. And track card is like is similar to attack card. It will have like the tic-tac-toe pattern, and then it will have a highlighter on the specify place to represent the which way the place the enemy player gonna attack lah. For track card, need to like place on the track card place to like activate the track. And the track card will only deal damage once the player still standing on the place, and after they finish that turn, they will get damage. So for the swift attack, player can move while and choose move and attack together. For normal, we can only, if they don't have swift attack card, they can only choose attack or move. But with swift attack card, they can choose to move and attack in the same time. So I think that's all for. Sorry, I still have one more. So for fighting section, the first one to play for the sequence the first one to play in the fighting session is depends on who trigger the fighting session. And then after that, the sequence is followed by the sequence in general section. So after trigger the fighting session, player may put the health and armor representation. Like my card have 3 health or 1 armor, so the player need to put 1 armor representation and 3 health representation to simulate their health and armor. So player can choose either attack or use their skill per round, and their passive skill is depends on the situation. If they want to use, they may use. So there's also two action mat which represent hero side and enemy side. And for example, I am enemy teams. I need to put my attack card or threat card in my opposite side map, which I need to put on the hero side map to represent I'm attacking or using skill or using the trap. So after they get into the fighting session, they'll have 4 cards, and then every every whole turn end, the player need to draw again the card. The card is to draw like this, like enemy teams must draw extra. Like currently I have like last round I only one of my enemy is dead, which means 3 minus 1 is 2. So after next round, I need to draw 2 cards. But before my minion die, I can draw 3 cards.
Okay. So that is an example that you're giving me, is it?
Yes.
All right.
And then for damage card and threat card have the highlighted icon, not icon, icon on the card. I think that's all for my part. I will pass to Sun Kun.
Okay, thank you,
Okay,
Tenkai.
thank you.
So right now I will briefly talk about what are those heroes and enemies and what their skills are. So first we got the elf archer, an archer that can heal your teammate, which is quite crucial in the battlefield. And second we got the assassin that his passive is he can deal extra 1 damage to those single target people. So if he attack 2 people at the same time, he won't have the passive. And his skill is can like use the trap card as a attack card to use, or use the attack card as a trap card to use by consuming additional card. And we got the centaur. Centaur is like you can combine 2 of the highlighted blocks. Like for example, I use number pad as an example. Okay, so if I got 1 card that has the highlighted blocks on 7 and 8, and another card that is on 4 and 5. So I can combine these 2 cards and use it. So he will deal damage to 7, 8, 4, 5, these 4 blocks together. So which means it will have a wider attack range. And its passive is like, after it consumes 3 cards, he will deal 1 damage to the vertical row of in front of him. And the Dwarf Warrior is a warrior that will buff himself. So in the turn that he activates his skill, he can't attack, but he can do a counter attack if enemy attack him once only. And for the next 2 turns, his attack will +1. And for the knight, he's a tanker that can shield for your teammate. And his passive is like when he activates his skill, because his skill is like add 2 shield point, and he can help others to block damage, right? So if he is activating his skill, he can roll dice. If the number of dice is 3 or 4, he can block that damage without receive any damage. And we got the Lizard Warrior. His skill is like consume 2 cards, then deal 2 damage to a target, which means you don't have to use how to say, the target don't have to stand on the highlighted blocks. You can just directly attack him. And his passive is like when you roll the dice to 3 or 6, he can evade the attack. But that only works on the attack card. And finally, we got the wizard that can move the enemy position. So which is quite crucial if you communicate well with your teammate, so they can focus on attack of one enemy. So now we got the normal enemy because we got 3 tiers, right? Just mentioned. We got the normal enemy, we got the elite enemy, we got the boss. So right now I'll talk about the normal enemy. So there's 4 normal enemy here. One is Gold that will call reinforcement if he is the last one to survive. And the Goblin that will, when he kills someone, he can draw 2 cards, which will bring advantage to you. And a Mummy that will self-revive or when he die, or you can choose to heal others, which mostly in the condition that he is with the elite enemy. Because when the elite battle, you will put down 1 elite enemy, and the total number of player number minus 1 normal enemy. So for example, I got 3 people here, so I put down 1 elite enemy and 2 normal enemy. So the mummy, you can use the mummy to heal the elite enemy, or you can choose to self-revive. And the skeleton, his passive is kind of similar with the knight, but it only able to block damage when the dice number is 4, and it can only block 2 times. And here comes the elite enemy. So first one, we got the giant. His skill is hit the any vertical blocks of that 9 blocks, like 3 of the 9, and he will roll a dice. If the dice number is 1 or 2, he will stun the enemy, which means makes the enemy lose 1 turn in the next turn. And his skill is to make the swift attack area, like for example this swift attack, the middle one, it got the icon in number pad 7, 5, and 3, right? So you can use that as the attack range for the as the attack. And ogre, you can somehow push the enemy to left or right. So if the enemy cannot be pushable, which means it hit the corner or the side of the 9 blocks, it will deal 1 damage. So if you put 1 trap there, then you use his skill to push them over the trap and force them to move or something. And his passive is like when he deal 3 damage to a single target, he can stun the enemy. And the werewolf is what I like the most. He can enrage himself, and he will deal extra 1 damage if enemy doesn't have any shield point. And if he managed to deal 3 damage in 1 turn, he will heal for 1 HP. And his passive is when he kills someone in enrage mode, he will gain 1 turn the buff, the enrage buff. If he doesn't have any enrage buff and his teammate or himself kill the enemy, he will enter the enrage. So here comes the boss. Our golem is a very tanky golem, which has 14 shield point and 1 HP. And by consuming 2 cards, he can move the enemy just somehow like an ogre, but ogre is move 1 block, but golem can move 2 block. And same like ogre, if they hit the wall, they will deal 1 damage. And golem is immune to trap because he's a rock, right? He's a rock. He can't deal by the fire. So and he will regain 1 shield point every 3 turn of his turn. And we got Hydra. His skill is consume 2 cards and deal 1 damage to all the 9 blocks. And his passive is like you can roll a dice every time he start his turn, and if you roll 1, you will deal vertical damage 3 out of 9 blocks in the most left. If the 2, you will deal on the vertical middle. If the 3 is number 3, you will deal on the most left vertical blocks. If 4, you will deal horizontally. Yeah, something like that. And if he managed to kill enemy, he will regain 1 HP. So it kind of looks like a double damage thing if you are lucky enough. And here's the combat card. So here got various of the pattern, but I just put one card as a representative. Yeah, you can see the attack card is blue, swift attack is white, and trap card is a red thing. And total of all these cards has like 100 plus. Yeah, so the gameplay will be different for every battle. And I'll pass it to Mingin for the next explanation.
Thank you, Sun Kun. So I'm Lo Ming. I will continue the presentation. So there are total seven types of draw phases. So if you draw one of these 3 cards, means the player are going to the fighting session. 3 different cards represent the 3 type of enemies, which are the normal enemies, alert enemies, and the boss. So other than fighting session card, there are also some special events on our draw phases. So for the first card is mean go to jail. So the player are unable making any movement for the next round. Then the magic swap card allows player to select a type of tiers and exchange to specific tiers on the game board. The level ups cards can select a normal tiers and instantly switch to any others any other type of tiers. So the lastly, the peaceful respite means nothing is happened, so you can skip the battles. So next we'll come to the items card. So the first items card is to increase 1 HP, and the second items card is the shield that reduce incoming damage by 2 points for the next battle, and the third card is to avoid all the battles for the next turn. The Mind Control gem card can temporarily stop enemy movement for the next turn. And lastly, the fifth card is to reroll any of the dice. So there are also some skills card can be used. The first card is to allow player to move freely on the game board without counting their turns. The second is to move 2 times in a single turn, but unable to perform any action on the next round. And the third card is to draw an addition card. The fourth card will only cost 1 skill resource when they are using the skills. So the last card can increase 1 damage and 1 HP. So come to the lastly, these are our maps. So the first image is the main map during the general session, and the second image we call it as action map. So this is used for the fighting session. So thank you. This all our presentation.
Okay.
So
All right. Let me see here. Give me just a few seconds just to rearrange my questions here. Okay, never mind. Proceed with the gameplay demonstration. Right? If I have anything to shoot in terms of the questions, I'll ask during the gameplay. All right.
Can you see, sir?
Yes, I can see the board.
Okay. So for now we got only 3 people, so I will play as a 2 player at the same time. Okay. And so right now they have chosen the normal pawn for the general section, and this is player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4. So who's gonna be the enemy for today?
I
The guy,
think.
do you want?
Okay.
Okay. So he doesn't have any shield block, HP because he is the enemy, and 3 of the player have 3 health point, and we will roll the dice to determine who go first. I roll first. 6. Then I roll again for the player 2. 7. Okay. 7 also.
Okay, and my turn.
4. So me and Minging will roll again. 6.
6.
Huh?
Ah, I roll again. 7.
Eh,
Roll. Okay. Sorry, a little bit. This time I think I can. So it's 11. Okay. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
So
So you guys can put in your desired ways. I put first, then Ming put. I will put it here. And
okay.
now we are going to choose for our heroes. So I want to use Elf and maybe Jesse. Who did we choose? Bot warrior. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so right now I will roll the die first since I'm the first one. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the normal tiles, so there's nothing happened yet. And now it's Ming's turn. Now it's my turn again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the item one, so I will draw 1 card. Okay. I can reroll any dice, so I just keep it.
Now it's my turn. 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I will. This is for the skill to draw a skill card. I will do one.
Okay, open. Let's see. So this is, you can move freely while in the battle without causing any turns. So now
Okay.
all the people have gone through one.
Next
So
round.
now we're +1. And now it's my turn again. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the draw phase. I'll draw one card. Let's see, normal enemy. So now we are going to battle against Zenkai.
So because they throw a normal enemy card, so I have to choose one normal enemy that I want to use for. So for this turn, I will use skeleton, mummy, and ghost. And then I will take the representative pawns. See?
Okay.
And then I can put wherever I want. I think like this. Huh?
Okay, so now we'll draw 4 cards.
Question, okay, of all the cards that that were mentioned here, what would be the best card that would change the tide of the game? Uh, I think in a way an OP card that, let's say Zenkai is the losing player here. Suddenly he gets this OP card and it definitely can change the tide of the game from him losing to reaching a winning point.
There's actually few OP cards here. So for the draw card, you can see the level up, right? So you can choose, maybe switch some normal tiles to also the draw phase to increase his chance to attack the enemy and let the hero side to take the enemy card. Or he can also, like, for example, when skill card, remember this one, increase the attack point by 1 and health point by 1. So if for example he got the boss or elite enemy and he used this card on the enemy or the elite boss, it will be very dangerous enemy that we will encounter.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you may continue.
Okay, because I activate the normal enemy card, so I will go first. This my first card is the assassin. So let's see. Okay, I will use this card against Zenkai. So you will that these blocks will get deal damage by me, and Zenkai can roll one dice because of the passive of the skeleton. Then he can block one damage if the dice number is 4. Oh. So he will lose 1 health.
Wait. See. 1 health, 1 shield. And now it's
So
going my turn.
Yes.
So the first one I use is a ghost. And then I will use this card.
So it will attack the dwarf and the elf. Okay. And my second, which is my elf turn. Let me see here. I'll use this cast against you, so your skeleton and your goal will do damage.
Then I will roll to activate my passive. Aha.
Oh wow. Okay. Lucky boy, huh?
For
You
my
go by
ghost
bottom
will.
of the day, huh?
Okay, now it's my skeleton turns. I think I will use this one to do damage to the archer.
And now is Ming's turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. So I'm using this. Tap on
Roll
second.
again.
So because of skeleton passive can activate 2 times per round, per the whole battle round.
Like if he successfully blocked 1 time, he's
Set.
he left 1 last time. So if he successfully blocked 2 times, he cannot block it anymore.
And now it's my mommy turns. I think I will use this card to attack.
Okay. So right now is the drawing phase because I move first. So I'll draw 1. And then Zenkai, he will draw 3 cards because he performed 3 moves at that round. You know the idea. And now it's my assassin's turn again. Okay. So I'll use the swift attack card and move my assassin to here and deal damage to your skeleton. Now roll.
Ha.
Hey,
Deal. And then my ghost turn.
But you still have to -1 damage because you are single target, and you can block 1 damage from it only.
Hey, I think I will use this. Deal damage to assassin and archer.
Okay. Now is my turn, my archer turn. So, I think I will use. Let me think for a while. Let me demonstrate the archer skill for Sir. Huh? So I consume these 2 cards and use my skill. And I also use my passive, so I can choose one direction.
Okay.
That,
Only one direction, is it?
yes, only
Alright.
one direction.
Okay.
To
For passive.
heal teammate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because if normally she can only heal 1 block from up, left, right, or down.
Okay.
These 4 blocks. But if for example my assassin is here and she uses her passive, she can heal these 2 at the same time, but only 1 row.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, so I'll heal for 1 HP for drop, and she cannot exceed the character max health, so I don't need to go for another ones. Yeah, my turn is end.
And then I might turn. I will just put this to kill your archer and deal
Yeah,
damage to assassin.
so the action plus 1 HP. So now it's Ming's turn.
So I am using this damage to your skeleton and grow.
Okay.
Double kill.
Barbecue.
Oh.
And then now it's my mommy turns. Mm, I will use this. Deal damage to assassin. And then I move to this side, this block.
Now draw cards. You draw 3 cards and me draw 1.
Yes. Now it's meaning turns.
Using this.
See. And then my turn. I use this. See?
Now draw one card again. Hey, what is this here?
Where's
What is
this?
this here? Who put it inside? Who put it inside? Wait. I think I have to search. Oh, no other card. Okay.
Meaning's turn again.
You chose to use skill.
It's only 1 damage. Okay.
Okay, revive.
I using the trap. So the trap is it will activate for the next round. So next round will automatic damage 1 HP. Yeah. So this turn I will have no any damage.
So now it's my turn.
Yes.
Because of he already put a trap, so which means I have to move away. Otherwise, I will get damage. So I will choose this.
Oh.
Yeah.
To move this way and deal 1 damage to your warrior. And then the trap will like
Last for 2 rounds.
for 2 rounds.
Did you guys draw already? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You die.
I activate my passive skill. When I die, I can revive with 2 HP. So now I will gain more 1 HP. Now it's your die.
Oh.
Okay, so back to the
general section.
yes. Put your card back to your combat area, guys. Hey. Okay, so now is
Inning turns.
okay.
7. Is the face.
Pause.
Elite enemy.
Enemy.
Oof.
So for this turn, I can choose 1 elite enemy and 2 normal enemy. So
If you put like that, I can't hear you.
meaning
Okay.
turns.
I change my position.
So I'm using two
So-
cards. I'm using two cards to activate my skill. So my skill is about sorry. My skill is for the next 2 turns will increase 1 damage. And then for the passive, if when I using the skill phase, when I'm in the skill phase, if the enemy damage on me, it will attack back 1 damage. Yeah. So this is my skill. So next is
Next. Next is my werewolf's
Yeah.
turn. I think I think I use these two cards to activate my skill, which is I will increase 1 day. I will have can deal 1 more damage in the next 2 turns.
Wait. Oh, it's my assassin's turn. Then I put the trap here. My turn is end, and now it's Zenkai's turn again.
My skeleton turns. I will use this to deal damage to archer and assassin.
Whoa. Now it's my archer's turn. Doing semua tak boleh pakai. I use I use these two cards to heal my assassin. Now it's Tenkai's turn again.
For my mommy turns, I will move to this way to end my round.
Okay, so your werewolf will reduce 1 HP because of the trap. Because this turn ends already. This round ends already. And now we'll draw cards. Me draw first, then Zenkai, then me. And two card. Because your mommy just moving doesn't have perform any attack or skill. Now it's Mimi's turn. Do you want to move?
Yes, move to here.
And deal damage to these two. So total with 4 damage. Your werewolf wife still got 4 HP. He used his skill name. Double damage, bro.
Yeah,
Not
double
double
damage.
damage. Plus 1 damage.
Gila.
Your mommy also.
That double damage must have been very, very, very big
But
in
you have
terms of.
to depends on your cards. If you don't have the cards that can attack enemy, you it's kind of useless.
I see. Okay.
Wah.
Now it's Tenkai's turn.
How eh?
You better move on. But if you move, you lose your extra damage. No?
Okay. I use this.
Wow. Okay.
I move to here. And then I use this.
Ho. And lost
And mine
reduce 1, and your werewolf reduce 1. Okay. My archer also reduce 1. And now it's my assassin phase. Let's see. Okay. Goodbye. Werewolf.
Archer will
Huh?
decrease 2 health, right? Because he
Oh,
don't have like
yeah. Sorry.
torch in 4K.
But your werewolf also die, ma. My assassin will do extra 1 damage to single target if he's attacking single target.
Eh,
Tidur lah, tidur lah.
nice, my army turns. No, skeleton turns. Eh. How think I will pass for my skeleton turns.
You don't want to spend any cards to reroll?
Reroll?
Yeah, like if you rather use one card, then at least you still can draw another card. Right. Or you don't want? Yeah, just put here. Okay. What you have wanna do, Zenkai? Time is ticking. There's already 1 hour passed by. And we are still in round 1.
What's this? Oh.
Okay. Now it's my archer turn. Okay. Wow. At least I can still can attack you. Roll your dice.
Destiny 4. See.
Nice your turn.
My turn.
Okay.
Deal no
happens.
damage.
Now draw 1 card, guys. No, the trap. Hey. Now, I think the guy go first. Sorry. Now the trap is. Being turn again. We still have 1 turn of bout.
I'm using my skill again.
Cannot. Your skill is still intuition. He cannot use his skill again if the skill is.
Yeah.
That's the limitation.
And this. Deal with the mummy.
You want to self-revive? Or you want to heal your skeleton?
Self-revive for 8 health. Okay.
And now it's my turn because your werewolf dead already. Let's see. Goodbye to your mummy. To hell, my assassin passive.
Bully, this is bully.
Ada. Now it's your skeleton turn.
Aha. Deal 1 damage to archer.
Okay. We're going to wrap it up in another 10 minutes, right? So,
Okay.
all right. Since we're going to wrap it up in another 10 minutes, why not you guys take some crazy risk, okay, in making some bold move in the gameplay, just to see how wild the game can really be here.
Okay. So we just proceed to the boss fight. Is it okay? Because the boss fight is quite intense.
It should be fine there, right? Should be interesting to see.
Okay. Okay, what boss you want to use? Hydra, is it? Your favorite one? Oh, this one. Is Hydra. Like this. Now draw cards.
Hydra.
We make it as fast as possible. I think this time Zenkai can go first.
Now I activate my passive skill.
2. So my assassin will reduce 1 HP.
And I
2 is this one.
use this card to deal damage to archer.
Okay. You then me, right? So it's my assassin's turn. Okay. Just discard to deal 2 damage to your Hydra. 2 damage. Jangan tipu. Now is my archer's turn. I put down this trap and my turn. Now it's Ming's turn.
I activate my skill.
I put here.
Yeah.
Okay, now draw card. I want. And Ming. Okay. Now it's Zenkai's turn again.
I activate my passive skill again. 6.
6. Still nothing. Just 6 is it. Zenkai, do you want to use your skill to demonstrate?
I use these two cards to activate my skill to attack all of them.
And you have to reduce one also because of the dwarf skill. And now it's my assassin's turn again. Oh yeah, because of the trap, so you have to decrease one more. So the damage to you, 2 damage. And now it's my archer. My archer also. No. I think I got a heal. Heal my assassin for 1 HP. And then I draw, I roll. If I got 2 or 5, I will get extra HP. Okay. For information, sir, actually the archer, we nerfed it third time already.
I see. Why? Because it's
Kind of
too.
OP. Like at first we are how to say heal for 2 HP,
I see.
and
Okay.
her passive is like decrease 1 of your HP and heal other 1 HP. It's like life
Alright.
exchange, but it's too OP. So Ming's turn. Deal 2 damage to
2
you.
damage. Yeah.
That's a very small amount of damage there.
Now the
What would it take in terms of synergy between the three characters to basically have a very big amount of damage to the boss there?
like for example, my assassin can deal 2 damage, right? He can also deal 2. If I also choose like something like lizard, he still also can deal 2 damage.
Okay.
Or you can also use the centaur and hit using the skill to activate his passive and deal
Right.
large amount of damage. Yeah,
I see.
depends on your playstyle. And now the turn is end, so the guy will reduce 1 HP because of the trap. Now take a card. The guy take a card. Draw face already. Now Zenkai's turn.
1.
1. Buff will reduce 1 HP. Because the 1 is here.
I put this.
Okay. So it's my assassin's turn again. I use this skill to deal 2 damage to you. No skill, this card. In my archer turn, I will use the trap. And you? And now it's Ling's turn.
I'm using trap. Yeah.
Also, it will replace the current one that I'm using. Now the turn is end, so Zenkai will reduce 1 damage and take 1 card and take 1 card. Now it's Zenkai's turn again.
Okay. The warriors need to minus 1 damage, right? Minus 1 health.
Oh yeah. Zenkai, roll the dice. Your passive. 3, my archer.
Then I replace this.
Okay, okay. Then because you make your move, so you have to reduce 1 HP because of the trap. 4 HP, yeah. 4 HP, yeah. I think I gotta take the risk lah. Here I demonstrate my skill. I can use the trap card as an attack card and consume another one. And for example, I consume this one and use the trap card, the highlighted place as an attack. So he will also reduce 2 HP.
Okay.
And my archer, I use this card to deal 1 HP to you. And now it's Ming's turn. Zenkai, bye bye. 1 HP gone. Is she still in buff or no? And this.
No, I think.
I didn't know. I didn't.
And my assassin and my archer have to use 1 HP. Also, my archers die. Now, the draw phase. The Kai, if you can't kill us all, then you will die to the trap. Hey, wait. No. Because you kill my elf. So you have to regen 1 HP. Oh no.
Oh no.
Now the draw phase. Wait, I don't need to have draw for archer. An archer is dead.
All 1 health.
Wow.
All 1 health.
Getting excited, ah. Oi. Yeah, your skill, yeah.
I sacrifice my 2 cards to activate my skill. Deal 1 damage to all enemy.
Oh, okay,
on their block.
Okay. So close. Yeah, that's how basically the gameplay is.
Okay.
Oh, when yesterday we test the game, we play almost 2 hours.
2 hours.
Almost 2 hours.
2 hours and more.
To finish the whole game.
I can see how lengthy this type of game can be. I think I've once attended a session that lasted almost reaching 3 hours, right? It was wow, it was quite an interesting gameplay, and I like how the gameplay is being choreographed here. Would that be all? Is that the completion of the game? Let me see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So good job. Okay, on the presentation and demonstration of the gameplay. Most of the questions that I have again have been answered during the gameplay, the very lengthy gameplay demonstration. Okay, you mentioned that previously you played around 2 hours, so this is around 1 hour and 30 minutes. I think because for the last few minutes, I encourage you guys to take a huge risk, okay, in advancing your gameplay and so on. Right. Now, before I conclude and wrap up, okay, everything, would each and every one of you, any one of you, have anything to say? Sungkun, anything on your side to add or to say?
I don't think so.
All right. What about you, Zenkai? Zenkai, I think you're on mute. Okay, I can hear you now. Right. Are you talking? Oh
Yeah,
no,
why?
okay.
Why is
Because
the
I saw
complete?
the microphone
No,
on your mouth. Okay.
because what is the meaning answer?
What is the word? Anything
The
you want to
Do you
add?
have anything to add
Any
on? Like
oh no,
anything,
anything to
any
add?
part
Yeah.
you did but you miss out presenting? Yeah,
Yep.
there.
no, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. All right. Okay, that goes to Min Ying. Anything you want to add,
No,
Min Ying?
no, there's
Okay.
no anything.
All right. Okay, so on my side, in terms of summarization, again, the presentation was quite thorough. Okay, along with the gameplay demonstration, I think the gameplay demonstration, as with the other groups, kind of like confirm and solidify my understanding on the gameplay itself. And another thing I would like to applaud, okay, is basically um I would say this is a very unique gameplay. Okay, I love the synergy of the cards, of the pawns, of how do you say, the holy trinity that goes with all this type of game. Tanker, okay, the cast magic caster, and then also the range, right, side of things. It is not often that we see a good synergy, okay, in between this class in or on the board games or on an analog games in terms of presentation. So I would like to say kudos, okay, on that, right, on the effort that is being shown by the three of you in creating this game. I would bet it's very complicated in terms of determining the game rule set, and then once you have the game rule set, balancing, right? The balancing act is is and would be pretty difficult, right? To the point that you to for the game to reach its final form, yeah, as being demonstrated and presented today. Okay, so good job on that, guys. All right. Now, just a reminder, okay, I'll be putting up, okay, the submission link by today, right? And the submission link would be three things. One is the documentation, right? Another one would be the video, the gameplay video that you're doing here today, right? Which is the recording. And then the presentation slides, the slides that you have shown during the presentation just now. So three submissions link that I'll be putting in Moodle. Now, because of some issues that I'm having in Moodle right now that preventing me from creating, there are some issues in segregating or marking or grading in groups. I would like to request each and every one of you to submit the same three files under your name, right? Okay, meaning that although you guys are doing this in a group, okay, and the same three files, documentation, video, and also the presentation slides will need to be submitted under each and every one of your name. Okay, the same thing, right? So once it is up, I'll update in the WhatsApp group. I think should be settled by end of today. Okay, but let me just double check on it. If the issue persists, I'll be extending the deadline all the way till Sunday, so you have more than enough time to upload the files accordingly. Right? Okay. All right. So
Okay,
thank you,
sir.
everyone, and
Sir, I have a question.
congratulations. Yep. Yep.
Because of the video is quite long, which might
Yeah.
not able to put inside the Moodle. So do we have to
Yep.
like paste the link inside a document for you for the video link?
Yeah.
For the oh,
You
okay.
you paste the link. You paste the link. Usually what I'll do is I'll there's another folder that I'll be creating in Teams as well, right? So I need you guys to upload the video in Teams as well, right? And
Okay.
then basically there's two submissions, and the one's in Moodle that is officially for me to do my grading, and then to be put in. This is for analog games and digital audio and video students as well, because you guys have big videos, right? So a submission is required in Teams as well. I'll create the folders. I'll be updating you guys on the submission requirement once the Moodle has matter have been sorted out. All right? Okay.
Right. Right.
All right. So congratulations again for completing analog games, right?
You-
Can see the smiling faces there. Okay. So um that will be it. Okay. Thank you everyone for the presentation and the demonstration. All the best. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank, thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.